In this video, we're going to learn how to change a general purpose receptacle that has a junction in it. So what you're going to need is your wire strippers. You're going to need your flathead and your green Robertson. You're going to use a pair of lines and pliers and a knife. And you're going to also maybe need a couple extra wire nuts or barrettes, as we call them, and about 6 inches of extra wire. And as always, don't forget your safety glasses. Safety first. All right, the first thing we need to do is to make sure if the power is on or off. And we can see that the power is on. So let's go turn that off. All right, you can see that the light is out now. It means the power is off. And we're good to go. Take your flathead screwdriver and let's get that plate off. Oh, look, more paint. The last video we did, all kinds of paint. Let's see if our green Robertson will get in there. Okay, top screw, not so bad. Bottom screw. There you go. So we're bringing the other tool in, my Alpha knife or a pocket knife, as long as you can get something with a little tip on it. Remember, if you're going to be using this type of knife, some people call them X-Acto knives. These are razor sharp. Be very careful. Let's see if it'll fit now. There, we got a bite onto it. All right. Now, I like to score the paint around before we try to remove it. Top one really doesn't have much to it. Take my flat and pry it out a bit. And there we go, starting to move. And then now that I scored that, it should give away. There we go, let's pull it out. See what we have for wires. All right. The original install done here, they didn't use the screws. They used what is called backstabbing. And this is probably the worst connection that you can do. So now, I don't ever use this method. You see, they call it backstab. You can see the little holes in the back here. These are terrible connections, and I do not recommend using them. As you can see, that was done here. You can see how the wires are actually starting to come out a bit. These are a terrible connection. Watch this. Without any tools, I'm almost being able to pull that right out. So to me, that is not a good connection. So we're going to cut them right off. There is releases in there, but instead of trying to do them, I'm just going to cut them off clean with my side cutters. And I'll remove the ground, the bond wire. Move that out of the way. So now I have 4 wires in here. So now you have 2 options. You can use both screws if you want for either side, or you can marret these together and pigtail them. So that's the method that we're going to use. We're going to use a pigtail method. So now you're going to need a couple of sprig wires. We call them sprigs. A lot of people just call them pigtails. And I usually give about an inch of wire. These only have to be about 6 inches long. You don't have to go crazy with them. The longer they are, you're just going to cut them off anyway. So that's about an inch of wire. And then I do the same thing with these guys. And once again, I do not recommend using those backstabs. I don't even understand why they're on the plugs. They are terrible connections. They do not make a good connection. All right, so I'm going to start with the black one first. It doesn't matter. Power's off anyways. My method for twisting wire is I kind of give them a little angle like that there. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. And I start with my 2 wires first, just a loose twist. This is going to be a 3-wire twist because we're adding in that little pigtail wire. And then I take this one on an angle as well, and I hold up my left hand, and then I wrap that pigtail around the other guys, and it lays right into that groove of the 3rd one. Now you want a nice tight connection here, and then cut off the little tip there sticking out. You want your edge to be flat, nice and tight. Then you're going to need morettes, of course. You're going to need a couple of wire nuts. Twist that on nice and tight. All right, one done. Start with the other set, and you can see there. Again, put it on the angle. I think you can see that like that. Start that twist. This again is just my method. You'll have everybody tell you different ways to do it. That's okay. And of course, this might not work for you. Everyone's hands are different. What works for me might not work for you, but this is how I've been doing it for a long time. And I don't know, I think that's a pretty good twist myself. Cut the little extra bits off at the end there. You don't want them too short, but you don't want them too long either. Take my wire nut, put that on there. Nice and tight. And then we want to shape our wires nice so they go in there. And they're back and out of the way. Okay. Now I only have to worry about dealing with 2 wires. And again, we're not using the back stabs like that because again, I can't stress enough, that is a terrible, terrible connection. Now then we're going to put our hooks in 3/4 of an inch approximately. There you go. 1, 2. And remember, we're going to wrap the wire around the screw in the direction that it tightens. I'm not getting in a frame there. Apologize if I am. The black wire goes on the gold screws. The white wire goes on the silver screws in the direction that you tighten the screw. Nice and tight, not to the point that you're going to break the screw. And of course, don't forget, sink the screws in that you're not using. And then our ground has got to go back on, or our bond, as should be called, I suppose, on the green screw. And these are tightened with your green Robertson. And I'm leaving the ground up because that's the way I found it. Shape your wires nice so that they go back in the box. Make sure your ground doesn't come in contact with your neutral or your hot. And then we're going to mount our screws back in. And remember, when you're putting your screws in, if you feel resistance, stop. Because you quite possibly are cross-threading your screw. You don't want to damage that. Nice and tight. There we go. It's nice and tight in there. And I'm going to put a new plate on, flathead screwdriver. Put my plug tester back in and we'll turn the power back on. As you can see, the power is back on and our plug tester also tells us that it's wired correctly. All right, if this helped you in your quest, please like and subscribe and don't forget to come back for more.